Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.
Warning, this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
The How to UDU segment for this week, which I put the call out and Finsky came up with this one. Speculating on life after nodes are fully built out. It's something that, I guess, as I kind of mentioned there with Midtown Terrace, it's something we're seeing already. And I know Shaq brought this up when she joined UDU, and I think we might have even mentioned this on a previous How to UDU segment, where because UDU's been going for so long and many of our projects are at a kind of advanced stage, there's not a lot to do. So yeah, looking ahead to when nodes are fully built out, that's problem's gonna, I don't know if it's necessarily a problem, but that's definitely going to spread through the community. Like eventually every other node group's going to get to the point where we are, and people will start twiddling their thumbs and the crickets start chirping. What do you think? Anybody have any input on that? Life after nodes are fully built. Obviously there could be an aspect where rentals come into play. That is full on speculation. Of course there's racing, with outdoor decor that can mix things up a bit. But yeah, so what do you think? You've got a node, it's fully developed. Now what?
Well, yeah. What I wanted to do was bring events to my node. I wanted to bring businesses there. I know Dog is coming over to Bronxdale with his MetaVenture. I'd like to have a showroom. We have the comedy club in the community and the cafe, and I'd like them to come over and do a show in there and all sorts of really cool stuff. I think building it up is just kind of making it beautiful and bringing the rating up. I think the node manager has a responsibility to create that aura, that atmosphere for those who, came in and pretty much brought into their node and helped build it up. Like they're the ones responsible for making sure that it's, active.
Yeah. I'm kind of suffering manager's guilt at the moment because like I just said, I'm supposed to be doing all this stuff in Midtown Terrace, but I'm just so smashed elsewhere.
Well, I mean, oh, go ahead.
No. You finish.
I was going to say, you have the first business there. You have the Samurai Aquatics, so that's not guilty. You have that value that you added so far, which is great. So.
And I'm going to go that this goes beyond nodes. It's what I've been talking about in terms of cities. Like, why does someone go to Cleveland? Why does someone go to Oakland or Fresno? Right? I mean, there's no reason for new players to go there. Old players are continuing to try to build up their portfolio, increase their net worth, and so forth. So what happens with these tier 4, tier 5 cities that are minted out? There's no real secondary market. How do you create excitement around it? And it just comes back to player created economies.
Yeah.
And so the faster Upland can create and empower players to use layer 1 to build layer 2 and build in-game economic models, the faster the city economic models can start to develop, and then the governance starts to play into it in terms of zoning and so forth, so that there's better and appropriate kind of competition, marketing for those elements. I think that city experiences are going to be important, and then being able to do city events are going to be important. And then the neighborhoods, the nodes, like Kansas City, actually, I was kind of surprised, has a lot of really active neighborhoods and nodes, from Mesita to Convex, and a couple of others. I mean, there is actually a lot of very active players in Kansas City, but Kansas City is not minted out. It's not a growing city in that regard, but there's a lot of really good activity. So how do you create that excitement? How do you bring people in? Well, you get the nodes together, and that's why I'm kind of excited to hear what NoCephus and the whole NYC thing is doing, which I don't know if this is a kind of a lead into that, but that's what you need to do, is you need to get kind of the neighborhoods together, build city engagement, and then create a bigger attraction.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll hold off on Nosef because he's going to dive in that specifically for the spotlight. Zoe, did you want to mention some of the points you've raised there? A couple of good points there. Oh,
Yeah, I would just say like about nodes, like fully like developed nodes. Yeah, it's a perfect place for a layer 2. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. There is like, because like a layer 2 like a flat map so boring, but yeah, a fully built node is awesome. You can do a lot of things on a layer 2, like create business, etc., activities. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff to do, but you need developers, of course.
Yeah, it's all about the engagement, isn't it?
And before we move on, I just want to caution all of you node architects. I know everyone is trying to build their nodes up as much as possible, but don't forget layer 2s are going to be connected through dev shops, and there's no dev shop structure out yet. So be careful.
Yeah, it's true.
If I can add, I project seeing the Upland turning towards node competitions. We have treasure hunting, we have a lot of stuff, tours for single things. I foresee them coming out with group activities. If you have your home residents all in the same area, perhaps this group can compete for this group for an overall prize or something along that lines. Or like the gaming, the gaming used to be to where you would dungeon fight and everything. Everybody would split up the pot. I've said it all along, but I think it's in their best interest to just continue to get groups together and to get them to move forward. But I'm personally excited about it, because what do we all get in originally when we gamed? If anybody here is a gamer, we got into it just for the interaction with other people, and that's where this is starting to go. This is what I've been waiting for, and now with in-game chat down the road too, this is just going to be a whole nother environment. I'm starting to get excited again. It's like it comes in waves with Upland, where you're like, I'm just doing the course, but now, oh, holy Christmas, this is coming out next week.
Nice. Yeah, I'll just touch on those points that Zoe mentioned. So she said that maybe a mentorship. So those who have gotten to that point, they could pair up with a newer member as a senior node advisor, or of course, node utility and functions would be a good step forward. Evan Smoke, you got something to say, mate?
Hey man, how y'all guys doing? I know a little bit about nodes. I mean, you and Cheese taught me a lot about what a node really was. I think Cheese made a good point as far as how she's going to manage her neighborhood. And Ben, I really think the conversation that we were having as far as what is a node versus what is a community, I think you allowed us just to use the word node, and now everything's a node. So we're going to have to break down the difference of what is a node versus what is a community of people that has gotten together to build in an area. So I think that's that's where we're going to have to define that as far as being, because your idea of node is a network of different areas working together, you know, a bigger thing than just, you know, a community here and the community there. So I think that's really what you have to look at as far as building out a node and saying, what's the plan? What's the vision? So that's only my 2 cents. I just wanted to chime in for a split second. We got to find the difference between a node and a community.
I think ultimately it'll all evolve into the original terminology. Like we had Dak mention what Shackleton and everybody else has got going on there with, you know, Creedmoor and Buck getting together and that. So I think we'll see a lot more collaboration between all the various projects. And ultimately that's going to be, you know, to the betterment of everybody in the entire ecosystem. Like we've said from day one, as far as the UDU goes, we were very supportive of our members creating their own projects or helping support other projects. You know, it's way more fun to work together and, you know, help boost each other up than, you know, dealing with petty bullshit and, you know, all the drama that can be associated with not working together or actively, in some cases, actively working against each other. So we shall see.